Now, our final award of the evening is the Press Freedom Award. This accolade recognises an independent media organisation based in the Global South that uses media to address social, cultural, political and economic issues. The award seeks to honour and encourage outstanding reporting that informs the public and amplifies varied perspectives. Journalists everywhere face increasing threats and challenges to their work, yet their role is more vital than ever before. As the world becomes more fragile, we depend on their stories to keep us informed and connected. They observe and witness what we can't. They find solutions and explore them for us. They show us humanity at its worst and at its best. Let's take a look at the nominees.
ARIJ Standard is an independent news outlet in Ethiopia. It publishes in English, Amharic, and Oromo. Launched as a monthly news magazine in 2011, it stood out from other outlets in the country, with most either state-affiliated or shying away from covering issues like state corruption and human rights. In 2016, it was forced to shut down when the state passed laws that criminalized critical coverage of the government. ARIJ Standard has faced suspensions, harassment, arrests of its staff for years, but remains the most hard-hitting press outlet covering Ethiopia for local and international audiences. ARIJ, Arab Reporters for Investigative Journalism, is a non-profit foundation dedicated to advancing quality investigative journalism in the Arab world. As the world's leading networks of investigative journalists, educators, and fact-checkers, ARIJ operates across all Arab countries in the Middle East and North Africa, working to strengthen accountability and combat mis- and disinformation. The People's Archive of Rural India, PARI, is a multimedia digital journalism space and archive, and the only website wholly dedicated to rural India, which 1 billion people call home. They cover their everyday economic and social challenges, giving voice to their politics and culture. They cover communal tensions, displacements, and lack of access to basic needs. They challenge policies and laws that are not working and point out corruption. Their focus is exposing the inequalities and injustices in the system that impact India's poorest, who don't get a voice in mainstream media.
To announce this year's winner, please welcome Principal Presenter for Al Jazeera, Dareen Abdelgader. I ruined your name, Abdelgader. Thank you, Julian. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to present an award that speaks to the heart of what journalism is all about, as you've been hearing, the Press Freedom Award. So this is a category that celebrates extraordinary courage, resilience, and commitment to truth, often in the face of growing censorship as well as personal risk. So in 2025, we've witnessed the continued deterioration of press freedom across the globe, a trend that's been intensified by geopolitical tensions, shrinking newsroom budgets, and the growing silencing of independent voices. And in a historical first, this is pretty outstanding. This year's World Press Freedom Index by Reporters Without Borders described the global state of press freedom as difficult. It highlights Gaza. We've seen a lot of content out of Gaza this evening, and that is where the Israeli army has killed over 200 media professionals in the first 18 months of the war, some of them targeted while they were doing their jobs. Israel has also imposed blackouts on the Gaza Strip, making it almost impossible for journalists to continue to report the truth. But it's not only in Gaza, where press freedom is entirely absent and practicing journalism has become particularly dangerous. Reporters Without Borders cites 42 countries harboring over half of the world's population as having entered the very serious category. Rwanda, Uganda, Ethiopia, Jordan, Hong Kong, China, Russia, and that's just to name a few. That list goes on and on. With the rise of AI, journalists are now facing yet another challenge: the need to go even further to prove the legitimacy of their stories in an increasingly manipulated press landscape. Yet despite all of this, your determination ensures that stories which might otherwise go untold continue to inform and compel us, as we've seen this evening. So tonight we acknowledge and we thank the journalists and the filmmakers who continue to pursue truth and report on the facts. So I can now announce that the Press Freedom Award will be going to Arab Reporters for Investigative Journalism. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for One Word Media, and congratulations to the fellow nominees. This award is highly appreciated in a region where press freedom is extremely volatile. ARIJ, as we call it, has recently published its 1,000th investigation. We are extremely proud of our latest cross-border investigation, the Gaza Project 1. We thought it will end there, and now we have the Gaza Project 2, a collaboration of 50 journalists from 13 global media outlets, coordinated by Forbidden Stories. This prize belonged to ARIJ Executive Director, Rawan Damen, who has led the organization through its most challenging times, and also to ARIJ dedicated editorial and management team. This prize also belongs to all Arab investigative journalists and fact-checkers who have walked alongside ARIJ in speaking truth to power, and above all, to the journalists of Gaza who risk their lives daily to ensure that crimes against humanity are never hidden. Thank you.